If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, like I know Sarah's been here before, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I am so incredibly grateful to be your yoga teacher here on Insight Timer. And I'm excited about tonight's class. It's going to be a good one. I usually like to start my classes here by reading a card that will help inspire us with an affirmation. So, if you would like a card, we have a couple of minutes. So, let me know if you want a card read. I will read one for you, pick one for you, maybe I'll do from Power Thought, unless you're just really wanting a morning mantra, then just let me know. Lisa, Power Thought. Karen, okay, I am safe, it's only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better and better all the time. Let's go ahead and start our class. We're going to do probably about 35 minutes of yoga asana and then follow that by 20 minutes of Yoga Nidra meditation. So let's go ahead and start. Bring yourself to a nice, easy, comfortable seated position. Let's turn the music up just a little. Okay. I think we're ready. We have class here every Monday and Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time here on Insight Timer. Find yourself in an easy, comfortable, seated pose. I hope you feel better, Dee. If anything, you can breathe with us today. Amy, hello. Go ahead and close your eyes, sit tall, and breathe in. Be really present with your body and just notice what you feel, where you're tightening up or tensing up. On your exhale, soften and release. With every inhale, invite in calm and peace. And with every exhale, you can send that calm and peace out into the world and just make it a organic cycle. Soften in through the jaw, in through the eyes. And allow your eyes to gently flutter open. Good. Practicing a Vishuddha Mudra. A mudra is a hand posture. This is for mental clarity. It helps with bringing circulation to our neck, as well as helping with thyroid. So bring the tip of your thumb to the base of your ring finger. And we're just going to take about 5 deep breaths. You are free to close your eyes if you want. Starting off this practice with just a bit of pranayama paired with a mudra. Inhale through the nose, constrict the back of the throat, bring the breath all the way down into the lower abdomen. Expand the ribs and exhale through the nose. Notice how the breath has become warm with every exhale, and as you inhale, notice the breath is cool. Keep breathing at your own pace, just breathing in deeply and slowly, about 3 more. Can you feel your pulse in your hands where your thumb meets the base of your ring finger? The hands are rested on the lap with all fingers extended. And one more deep breath. Allow your eyes to open if you closed them. And begin to roll the shoulders up as you inhale and back and down as you exhale. And circle the other way. And come to stillness. Bring whichever foot is on bottom to the top and walk the hands to the right. Hug your right shoulder blade in toward your spine. Breathe deeply and exhale back to the other side. Hug your left shoulder blade in toward your spine. And come back to center. Taking this over to tabletop on the mat. You can keep a blanket under your knees if that will help you support your practice. Where I'm at, we are in late winter, coming into early spring. I'm in Texas in the US, and I realize that there may be some who are in summer. Inhale, sink the abdomen, lift to the crown, lift the tailbone, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin and tailbone, cat pose. Take this with your own breath. And if you're in summertime, maybe you want to keep this practice nice and cooling for you. So if you start to get a little warm, then be gentle with your practice today. Take it very gently. Sit back in child's pose if you start to overheat at all. And if you're with me in late winter, maybe you want to fire your practice up just a bit more. And you can do that by constricting your breath. Constricting your breath by making that sound. Have a slight constriction in the back of the throat, and you kind of have that Darth Vader sound. When you do this, it creates a little bit more warmth in your practice. Come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, press the hips back, keep the fingers spread wide, and pedal the feet. Find neutral knees, press the hips back, shift your weight to your right foot, and inhale the left leg up. Exhale, draw that knee in toward the nose and the navel toward the spine. Inhale the leg up. Exhale the left knee in toward the nose, but it doesn't have to touch. Keep your palms pressed into the mat. Inhale the left leg up one more time. Exhale, lower the left leg. Shift your feet to your left foot and inhale your right leg up. Good. Exhale, draw that knee toward the nose. Press those palms into the mat. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, draw that knee in. Inhale up one more time. Exhale, curl that knee in, draw the navel in toward the spine and lower. Good. Walk the hands back toward the feet and take the mat, the blanket off the mat, set it to the side for now. Walk your hands up your legs, come to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. That is Benjamin over here behind me. Walk your hands out to high plank. Nice and controlled and slow. Roll shoulders back and down. Exhale those knees down. Point to the toes. Bend the elbows, and as your torso lowers, you're going to keep your elbows slightly hugged in toward the chest. Inhale, peel the chest away. So you're going to surrender your hips to the mat and allow your chest to peel away from the mat just to your level. On your next exhale, lower, tuck the toes, press the hips back into downward facing dog. So in down dog, it's better to have the knees slightly bent and imagine a straight line between the hips and the wrists. On your next exhale, look toward the hands and walk, step, or jump to your hands. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, sweep your arms forward and up. Chair pose. On your next exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your left foot. Lift your right heel. Good. And then slowly step back with that right foot. Good. Coming to that high runner's lunge with hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. You're doing good. Let your hands float down beside you. Inhale your arms forward and up. Feel the stretch in your front right hip flexor. Exhale, lower the hands down. Plant your hands around that front foot. Slide the front foot back. Roll shoulders back and down. And then press the hips back into downward facing dog. Good. Breathe. Pedal the feet. Look between the hands and walk, step, or jump those feet to the hands. Inhale to a half lift. So in a half lift, it's really important that you feel like you're doing, if you've ever done back extensions at the gym, you feel your lower back muscles engaging, supporting your torso, and you can use your hands on your knees, shins, or thighs just to support this. You can also have the fingertips on the floor as long as you still feel your back strengthening. On your next exhale, bend the knees deeply. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale the arms forward and up, chair pose. Now if you need to come out of this a little bit, that's okay. On your next exhale, bring hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your right foot and lift your left heel back. Whew. That left heel floats away from the floor. And then see if you can send that left leg back. Whew. So you might really feel that in your front quad. Good. Breathe. Lower your hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Feel the stretch in your front hip flexor. And lower the hands down. Around that front foot, slide the front foot back. High plank, then press the hips back to downward facing dog. Lower the knees, point the toes, press the hips back. Good. Walk your hands back by your heels, rest your head onto the mat. Child's pose. If your hips and heels don't meet, you can put a blanket or a pillow just under the hips for additional support. Walk the hands forward toward the top of your mat. Feel the stretch all the way down the arms, on the outsides of the shoulders. Press up into tabletop. Spread the fingers apart nice and wide. Bring your right palm directly under the right shoulder. Inhale the left arm up and exhale. Bring the fingernail side of your left hand right on the mat just below the heart, and then slide that hand with very, very light pressure across toward the right, and then bring the left shoulder down to the mat. Good. Keep breathing. Hey, there's a dog. Hey there, Benjamin. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're a good boy. He got to play a lot today. On your next exhale, spread the fingers of your right hand apart and press your right palm into the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, lower the left hand underneath the left shoulder and switch this to the other side. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, bring the fingernail side of that right hand just below the heart on the mat, and then just lightly glide that hand across underneath the left forearm and bring the right shoulder down to the mat. Breathe nice and deep. Slow and controlled. Keep your left fingers spread wide apart and press that left palm into the mat. Raise your right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, lower the right hand. Send your left leg back. Roll shoulders back and down. And then lift that left leg parallel to the floor. Shift your weight to your left palm. Make sure the left palm is underneath your left shoulder blade and balancing table. Let your right arm float up parallel to the floor. Good. Keep your gaze, also called your drishti, down at the mat, and keep your neck nice and lengthened and neutral. Bend that left knee and then reach back with the right hand. Maybe the hand and foot connect, or maybe they just kind of hover around one another. Once again, feeling that stretch in your left hip flexor. Now, if your left wrist is feeling a little fatigued, you can either come up on the knuckles of that left hand or just make sure that you're not crunching into the wrist. Release the palm, release the hand back to the mat, and the knee back to the mat. Good. Shift the weight to the right hand. Inhale the left arm up parallel to the floor and the right leg back behind you. Good. So this is where we want to take care of how, and be mindful, how are we holding our torso up with our hand. Make sure the weight of the torso is going all the way through the hand, not just in the wrist. Breathe. Bend that right knee. Ooh, nice stretch in the quad, and send your left hand back. Breathe. You're doing great. Release the hand, release the foot, back to the mat. Press the hips back, child's pose. Walk the hands back toward the heels. Let your forehead rest on the mat for just a couple of breaths. Walk your hands forward toward the top of your mat. Press back into tabletop. Tuck the toes under and feel the soles of your feet being gently stretched. You know how cats like to paw when they are about to get comfortable? Imagine your toes are doing that. Okay. And you're pawing the mat with your toes. All right. Walk the hands back toward the body, up the thighs. If you need a blanket, go ahead and grab it. You can put under your knees if you start to feel any, like you need extra support there. And then come up to the knees. Bring the palms just on the back of the hip bones. And gently press the hips forward. Allow your heart, imagine there's a light right here, and it's just shining right up toward the sky. Or maybe where the top of the wall meets the ceiling, just kind of like right in that general direction up there. This is camel pose. If you're not feeling any type of benefit from this, you're welcome to walk the hands below the buttocks, below the glutes. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing toward one another and the neck neutral. So you want to keep looking forward. You can take the hands down to the ankles if that's in your practice, but only if you are completely comfortable. Otherwise, keep your hands here below the glutes and then slowly come back. Whew, good. Nice front of the body opening practice. Bring the hands down to the mat underneath the shoulders and then step both legs back into high plank. Press the hips back, come into your downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Come up on the balls of your feet. Press the hips back and then straighten the legs. Bend the knees and come up on the balls of your feet. Press the hips back and then straighten the legs gently. Maybe the heels come to the mat, maybe they don't. One more time. Come up on the balls of the feet, bend your knees, sink the hips back. Good. Keep breathing and straighten the legs. Good. Shift your weight to your right foot and inhale your left leg up nice and high. Bend the left knee, opening up the hip. You're pointing your knee up toward the sky and then making those big figure eights with the left knee. So let your left knee float down beside the right knee and then go ahead and pass that right knee and come back around. So you're just tracing a big, huge number 8 or figure 8 with your left knee. Really opening up the hips, promoting movement of synovial fluid through your joints. Keep breathing. One more time, one more big figure 8. Point your left leg up toward the sky, straighten the leg, and lower that left leg down. Gently placing the sole of the left foot on the mat. Shift your weight to the left foot. Inhale your right leg up. Keep breathing. Bend the right knee and allow your right foot to float back. Maybe you can see your right foot below your left armpit. On your next exhale, let your right knee float next to your left knee and then go ahead and pass over, crossing over, making a half circle, a half moon, and then raise that right knee back up, tracing that big figure 8. Keep breathing. You're doing great. You're welcome to rest at any time during this practice. You're building upper body strength. You're getting flexibility and mobility in your hips. One more figure 8. Straighten that right leg, point the toes up toward the ceiling, and lower the right leg. Good. Shift the shoulders forward over the wrists. Bring your left knee behind the left wrist, and then walk your left heel behind the right wrist. The closer that heel gets to the wrist, the more challenging this may become. So don't feel that you have to force yourself to get to that point. Lower the back knee, point the back toes, and keep your back heel pointed up toward the ceiling. If you feel that your knee stability is compromised in any way, it's okay to keep the back toes tucked. That's a way to kind of ensure that your heel stays pointing up toward the ceiling. This left heel, if you need a little bit of ease in this practice, you'll bring that heel back toward the right hip. If you are ready for more flexibility in your practice, then you can scooch that left heel closer up so that the shin is more parallel with the front of the mat, but this is just an option. On your next exhale, walk those hands back toward the body and really feel the stretch in your right hip flexor. Yeah, you're doing good. Exhale, gently walk the hands away from the body toward the top of the mat. And as you make these changes very slowly and mindfully, adjust the location of your heel if you need, sliding it back toward the body. Grab a block if you have one near you. Rest your head down on the block. You can use 2 blocks. You can have it on its highest setting, medium setting, or low setting. As you're in this pigeon pose, allow yourself to go to maybe that 50, 60, maybe 70% stretch. And breathe. Breathing is the most important part of a yoga practice, and it's important that you do not feel any pain during this practice. There should never be any pain. no numbness, no tingling. And if you feel those sensations, then it is your body's language telling you, hey, let's back out of this just a bit. And then go ahead and listen to what your body says. Backing out until you don't feel those unwelcome sensations anymore. One more deep breath here in pigeon pose, and then walk your hands back toward your body. If those back toes are not already tucked, go ahead and tuck them. Move the block just to the side for now. Lift the back knee. Press the hands into the mat and slide that front foot back. Press your hips into downward facing dog. Keep your fingers spread wide and feel the weight of your body in your hands evenly spread across the palm and into each finger. Breathe. On your next exhale, shift your shoulders forward over your wrists, coming to your high plank, and then bring your right knee behind the right wrist, and then walk that right ankle over toward the left wrist. Lower the back knee, and your option to either keep the toes tucked or point them back behind you. Doing good. Pigeon pose, and notice how this feels on one side versus the other. Walk the hands back toward your body. Feel your heart shining forward, with your shoulder blades squeezing toward each other very gently. Deep breath. Exhale, slowly walk the hands forward. Maybe come down to elbows. Maybe bring a block underneath the forehead. Allow your neck to relax. If you're in these postures and you find yourself cringing, that means a modification would be a good thing. So modifications could even be placing a bolster, blanket, or pillow underneath the hips to lift them up just a little bit in this pigeon pose. Soften in through the jaw. Let the head float away from the block and gently walk the hands back toward the body. Bring those wrists underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Lift the back knee. Press your palms into the mat and then slide that front foot back. Press back into downward facing dog. Lower the knees. Cross the ankles and sit back or sweep them to one side. Carefully make your way down into a seated posture. Wonderful. Bring the soles of your feet together and have your heels just as close to your body as you want. So maybe you want to make them very, very close, or maybe you want them to be a little further away from the body so it looks more like a diamond shape rather than a triangle. Sit tall. Inhale, allow your arms to float up toward the ceiling with fingertips pointing upward. And exhale, forward fold. You can grab a block and use it as support underneath your forehead. Keep breathing. Press the hands into the mat, walk the hands back toward the body, remove the block to the side if you're using one, and bring your heels to the top of the mat. Hold behind the thighs and roll on down. If you have a strap, go ahead and grab that now and hug the right knee in toward the chest and use the strap to place the strap around the sole of the right foot. Good. Holding onto each side of the strap with each hand and draw both toes toward the body, flexing both feet. Take the strap into the left hand and the right arm comes out by your side like a T or cactus arm, and draw that right foot across the body to the left. Allow your left toes, the ones furthest away from your body, to just roll out to the left. Look to your right. On your next exhale, bring your right foot back up. Release the strap and let your right foot float to the mat. Hug your left knee into your chest and then place that strap around the sole of your left foot. Flex both feet, drawing both toes toward their respective knees, pressing through both heels. Exhale, take the strap into the right hand and bring your left arm out to your side like a T or cactus arm. The cactus arm with the fingertips pointing up toward the sky. On your next exhale, draw the left leg across the body toward the right and look to your left. That foot can go as far as you would like. It can even come all the way down to the ground. Just know if you move through this slowly, it's even better because it gives you a chance to keep the hip down as you draw the foot across the body so that you can get a little extra stretch in your left hip. And then as you let that foot float down toward the floor, then it becomes more of a spine twist. One more deep breath here. And exhale, slowly come back to center. Release the strap, set it to the side. Hug both knees into the chest. Take the knees in circles together, keeping those knees together, going one direction, feeling the massage on the lower back, and then circle the other way. And then separate the knees slightly and then take them in circles in opposite directions. And you might get a little bit of popping adjustment sounds in the hips. And then circle the other way. Yoga is wonderful for helping our metabolism and our digestion, circulating our lymphatic system, helping to detox our bodies, getting fresh oxygen throughout the whole body. Such an amazing practice, yet it can be so gentle, yet still so effective. Send the legs up toward the ceiling, straighten those legs, point and flex the feet. If there's any other pose you would like to take so that this practice feels more complete for you, go ahead and do that now. When you are ready, make your way into a comfortable lying down position for the amazing Yoga Nidra meditation. Yoga Nidra is such a powerful meditation, yet it's so simple. So simple, yet so very effective. Your body temperature might drop during the practice of Yoga Nidra. It's completely normal if it does. So make sure you'll be warm enough. So have a blanket to cover yourself up. Maybe you put on a jacket. You can do this practice on the yoga mat if you like, even placing a pillow underneath your knees to reduce arching in the back. Or you can take this practice to your couch, your bed, just whatever feels like the best place for you today to do this practice. There is absolutely no way to do this practice wrong. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. The practice of Yoga Nidra is a meditation that is fully guided. See yourself here as a witness, as an observer during this practice. So any distractions that come up for you, allow them to come up. But don't follow their stories. As soon as you're aware that you're observing this distraction, even if you do follow their story, as soon as you catch yourself, know that you are practicing Yoga Nidra and return your awareness to the sound of my voice and to my guidance. You may fall asleep during this practice, and if you do, that just means that you needed the sleep. You may stay fully awake and alert, and if you do, know that you are benefiting from the practice. No matter what you experience during this practice, it is exactly what you needed today. It is safe to trust and to let go. If your eyes are open, close them. Become aware of your body, its shape, its position, and adjust your body so that you can be even more comfortable. Take any lying down position that feels best for you. Not everyone is comfortable lying on their backs, so it's okay to lay down on your side or on your stomach. The most important thing is that you are comfortable. Take in a deep inhale through the nose and sigh the breath out the mouth. Allow yourself to let go completely. Allow yourself to be held here in this space. Let gravity take over. Bring your awareness to your eyes. Send loving kindness to your eyes. Let your eyes rest. Let your eyelids cover, protect your eyes. Feel any small muscles around the eyes relaxing. And as you feel relaxation setting into your eyes, feel the relaxation spreading to the eyebrows, the head, the neck, shoulders, shoulder blades, your back, chest, abdomen. Your arms feel heavy. Your hips. Your thighs, knees, calves and shins, ankles, heels, the soles of your feet and your toes. Take in another deep breath through the nose. Sigh the breath out the mouth and let go even more. Now is the time for Sankalpa. A Sankalpa is a short and positive statement said in the present tense. It is your deepest and your most heartfelt desire. If you've been working with a Sankalpa already, you are free to keep using that one. Just hold it in the back of your mind and breathe. If you need to choose your Sankalpa, I'll give a few examples. I love and approve of myself. My life gets better and better all the time. I am loved just as I am. Take a few moments now and choose a Sankalpa that sits right with your heart and with your mind. Choose your Sankalpa now. With a feeling of assurance, as if your Sankalpa is already happening. Say your Sankalpa in your mind 3 times. Let your Sankalpa drift away. Now we will move on to a rotation of consciousness. I will say a part of the body, and all you have to do is bring your awareness to that body part that's named, either having a felt sense into that body part, repeating the body part named in your mind, or you can visualize that body part lighting up with a blue-white glow. Bring your awareness to your right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, armpit, shoulder blade, right side ribs, right side waist, right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Bring your awareness to your left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, armpit, shoulder blade, left side ribs, left side waist, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, heels, knees, glutes, the back, shoulders, back of the neck, the head, the crown, left side of the body, right side of the body, left side of the body, right side of the body, whole body, whole body, whole body. Notice how calm the body and the breath is. Perhaps the breath is deep, or maybe it's shallow. Notice your natural breath. Begin to count every exhale from 10 all the way down to 1. If you lose track, that is okay. Just start again at 10. Release the counting of your breath. Let your body feel heavy, as if it were made of bronze, so heavy. Now let your body feel light, light as a cloud, light as air. Release the sensations of opposites. Bring your awareness to the screen of your mind, in the visualization space of your mind. Allow this space to be 3D, not just a screen, but as if you're actually there, right in the middle. Imagine you're standing on a sandy beach, and you can feel the warmth of the sand underneath the soles of your feet. As you curl your toes into the sand, the waves of the ocean roll up over your feet. And as the waves and water flows away, you can feel it pulling the sand out from under the soles of your feet, little by little. And as you look down, you see your feet just a little bit further into the sand than it was before. Allow this visualization to drift away, and in its place, remember your sankalpa, your short positive statement that is your deepest and your most heartfelt desire, and see it in this 3D space actually happening and unfolding. How does it allow you to feel? What does it look like? Allow yourself to enjoy it as if it's already happening. You can come back to this visualization anytime. But for now, let your visualization fade back. And with those feelings that you conjured up and that you tapped into, say your sankalpa in your mind 3 times. When you are ready to come out of the state of Yoga Nidra, and you can stay in this state as long as you like, but as you're ready to move out, take in a deep intentional breath to gently reawaken the physical body. Bring movement into your wrists and fingers, ankles and toes. And if you're not already on your side, slowly make your way onto your favorite side. Use your top hand to press up into a comfortable seated position with hands at heart center. Thank you so much for your practice and your presence today. You are valuable. You are a gift. The practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. Namaste. Be here on Monday and Wednesday next week with more yoga and Yoga Nidra. Thank you so much for everything. I just want you to know that I appreciate you so, so very much.